information on his program.
Okay.
Yeah. Brian, Troy and his wife Regina, they helped us. They kind of looked over the email, and Troy has some questions.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Troy, good to meet you.
Hey, Ryan, same here. So if you just want to kind of give maybe a quick summary or rundown, and then it may answer some of the questions, or if you just want to, or if you just want me to just fire off questions and just,
Yeah, no, I think the easiest way, I mean, is pretty much, I'm pretty sure Nicole kind of sent you, or maybe showed you what I had sent her. But basically, in this case, I know maybe if you guys were to sell it on the market or something, you might have to cut a check or whatever that may be. So I just wanted to see if I could, kind of help you guys out. I would pay Nicole's commission, and then cover all the closing costs, and then just be looking to take over the payments that you guys currently have on the home. So you guys wouldn't have to come out of pocket any money. But I think aside from that, if that all makes sense, you can just start firing off the questions that you have.
Okay. So just we'll start with that. So then if you're aware of what the payments are.
I think I can't remember. Nicole, did you send me the mortgage statement on this one? I don't recall.
No, I didn't. I just wanted to get the basic info. We haven't talked about the payment. I think I mentioned the rate, and they do have an assumable. I have a really good VA loan, so.
Okay.
So we're looking at $5,500 a month as their current rate. It's based on a $670,000 loan.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'll let Troy.
I mean, is that a problem? Because I know a lot of people really can't afford that. So
yeah, no. I think that's okay, Troy, because sometimes what I'll do is with some of the properties that I buy, I'll end up, putting someone else who, is in the house. Maybe like sometimes I have a lot of friends that are like business owners, and, and it's harder for them to qualify for like traditional lending. So then I can basically put them into the house, knowing that they have the income and can make the payments every month. It's just that it's harder for them to get a traditional loan through the bank,
So why is that?
Well, it's because, normally through the bank, they want to see W-2 income and all this stuff, and owning your own business, you're not always able to like technically show that. So it's harder for business owners to get traditional finance through the bank.
Okay. I know there's things they have to produce. So are they still able to produce like W-4s and that, and earned income and projected earned income? Because I know there's so much threshold they have to be earning in order to get into the home.
Yeah, so in this case, it really just depends. I was just saying that is an example. Like with it being a hefty payment, that might be an option. I mean, who knows? I might just, depending on, what I'm able to do with the property, I may just put renters in there. Depending on, the HOA, if there's certain restrictions, there's multiple things that I might be able to do with it. I was just saying that that's one option that I could potentially have.
I got you. Because we actually, so I don't know if you're aware, it's already on the rental market right now, and there's been plenty of hits on it, but there's been no one qualified to, or they just didn't want to, they didn't like the distance of the property. So
got it.
So it's been on the rental market. We haven't been able to rent it, so that's another thing, full disclosure.
Okay.
I don't know if that would change that.
No, it doesn't. What do you guys have it listed up for rent for right now?
It's like 33, I think 3,400.
Okay.
Which is probably half of what we pay, so.
Okay. Got it. Cool. What other questions did you have for me in regards to how this might work?
Well, I think that's the big. So then, okay, we do it for. Is there a time frame? Is there a cap? And then, is there a point where we're like, if we want to sell the house, how does that work with selling? How, you just give it back to us, we can sell it, or?
Yeah, so maybe there was a little bit of confusion at the beginning. So if we decide to move forward with this process, if all the numbers look good on my end and we can make this happen, then this will be an actual sale of the house. You'll be selling it to me. I become the owner of the property. I'm responsible for everything on it, the taxes, maintenance, insurance. all that
Okay.
stuff. So I become the owner of the property. It's just the loan is staying in place.
Well then why would the loan say that if you're technically I mean, I get it's almost like a cash purchase, right? So, but I thought it would be like if it's still in our name, we would still own the rights to the house. So why wouldn't it fall off of our? It's I get the sell or lease option, but it seems like you're already purchasing the home. So where's the leasing part?
Yeah, so I'm not actually leasing the home. I would be purchasing the home. But the reason, so the deed would transfer over to me. So that's like, the receipt saying, hey, you own the house or you own this, right? And then the loan would stay into your name. That's separate from the deed. So that's why it would just stay in place, because I would just be taking over those payments.
Okay.
Yeah, how long?
So for how long? Yeah, for how? Yeah, what's the cap or what's the years?
Yeah, I mean, generally, I like to tell you it's going to stay in your name for, the life of the loan. But most of the time, I'm taking it out of my seller's names within 7 to 10 years. That's one, if I refinance, it'll come out of your name. Or if, I sell the property, I would just sell it outright, so it would come out of your name. But that's kind of like the general time frame. But per the contract, it'll state for the life of the loan.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think that answers our question. So, all right. Well, I appreciate your time and all the information, and yeah.
Okay. And were you guys like needing it out of like your name for some reason, or what were you guys thinking there?
Well, so they can purchase another home, or
Yeah, I mean, there's other things we want to do down the road. It's just I mean, again, it's more of an expensive home. So if you're saying 7 to 10, it could be 10 to 12 to 15. So in 15 years, a lot of things could change. So it's I don't know. I'm just thinking like that, but that's fine. I mean, like I said, I think it works perfect in some options, but I don't know. I don't know if it lines up for ours. So
Yeah, I got you. I think the only other thing, like what I've done with like there was another property that I bought in Arizona. They kind of similar situation. The sellers, they were moving from Arizona to Washington. It was a VA loan too, but like I don't know your guys' specific situation, but just with these sellers in general, they were just like, hey, we need to get rid of our house. We're moving. Like we can go get an FHA loan or even a conventional loan and put 3% down or 5% down or whatever that may be. I know it's not 100% finance like the VA, but that's definitely another option. Worst case scenario.
Hey Ryan, it's just Nicole. Sorry, Troy, to interrupt. Just had a question. So does eventually the house, the loan is there refinanced off the loan? Is that the way that works?
Yeah, like if there's a lot of equity in the property, or if rates drop below well below the 5.625 that they have, and I can get a lower monthly payment, then yeah, I would definitely be refinancing the house. That's why I say generally it's about 7 to 10 years, but I mean it really just depends.
Is there any safeguards for them? Because I mean, I know you guys are reputable. I saw all the closing statements and stuff. I know you guys have a reputable LLC. But what happens if for some reason, like, you can't, as a buyer, cannot make the payments anymore?
Yeah, great question. So everything will go through a third party servicing company. So they'll pull the money out of my account and then they'll pay the lender directly. And then Troy, you guys would receive, an email basically showing that like it had been paid, like you would receive your monthly statement. But if a payment were to be missed, like, if I were to get abducted by aliens or something like that and weren't able to make the payments, then the deed would transfer back to you, and obviously any updates or renovations that I did to the house, you guys would get to keep. Nicole, you would get to keep all your money, and then the property would just be deeded back to Troy. And then if they decided to, they could rent it out at that time or relist it with you and probably make more money on it. So that's kind of how that would work.
And if I forgot what you had said earlier in the conversation, if they decided like after a year or two that they just actually wanted to sell it outright to get their name off the loan, that's not really doable, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, if we move forward with this, like they're selling the property, so it's not a lease or anything like that. Like the property is being sold, so I become the owner. So the only way for them to then come off the loan is if I refinance it or if I sell it or whatever that may be. But really, that's the only way.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Troy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
listening. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, because I was just wondering, like, if they, at some point, Troy and Regina just said, hey, look, we want the loan totally out of our name. It would, I mean, I'm guessing the market would have to be such, at least a point lower than the 5.625 so you could refinance and everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would want to have, probably a decent amount of equity in there and like a good rate to be able to refinance it to get a lower payment if it's going to make a big difference in, let's say I'm renting it out and it's only, $60 difference. Like it wouldn't make sense for me to refinance at that point. But, if it's going to be a $1,000 difference in the payment, then, that would make sense.
Okay. Okay. Troy, can you think of anything else?
No, I'm good. Yeah, those were kind of like the two main ones. That was really it. So.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We'll keep you posted, Ryan. I'm sure he may have some more questions. I'll let you know. If it's a fit for them or not. They have to talk, and then we just wanted to investigate it.
Of course. Yeah, no, I'm happy to answer any of the questions. If it's something that you guys want to move forward with, Nicole and Troy, you guys can, just let me know, and then I would need to see your most recent like mortgage statement just to make sure that the numbers also work for me. Because, I mean, we haven't even really looked at that yet, so I'm not even sure if this is a right fit for me either.
Sounds good. Troy, I think you're good, right? The question?
Yeah, I'm doing questions. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yep, no problem,
Appreciate
Nicole.
it.
Yep, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good to meet you, Troy. Take care.